As the crisis when it comes to the small boats and illegal migrants on the English Channel have escalated over the last couple of years, our media and political establishment have primarily focused on that and forgot about the other routes, whether it's the lorries coming from France or the other side. Right, and we have had to focus on the small boat, the dinghies coming from France, because since 2020, the whole situation completely is out of control. And it was primarily early on people like Nigel Farage, and then this channel that talked about it back in the summer of 2020. We had to do it, but at the same time, as we did that, the whole of the establishment, in a gimmicky way, they just decided to talk about that. They said, "Oh yeah, okay, so people are worried about the dinghies, rightly so." They have completely shifted the focus from the other problems, whether it's the lorries, that still happens, whether it's the fake visas, the student visas and the tourist visas, and people come and basically take advantage of it and get lost in the system. Now we're going to talk about another route, entrance, illegal entrance, which is the Irish border. Let's talk about this problem because this is primarily for Albanians. Again, Albanians. They're not just coming through the English Channel. What they're now doing is, which is nothing completely new, but this specific method is slightly new over the last year or so. Now the smugglers are taking advantage of how to enter the country between the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, the United Kingdom. So this is the backdoor kind of method. The backdoor route costs the migrant around £2,500 per person, with a further £300 to £400 for fake EU ID bought in Albania. It costs an average £5,000 to £5,500 for an illegal channel crossing in a small boat. So you actually kind of save money. It's cheaper and technically safer than even the dinghies. So all you have to do, if you're in Albania, you basically buy £300, £400 fake EU ID, and then you go to the Republic, because open borders, and what you have is basically, as long as you get there, because of the Northern Ireland Protocol, because of this agreement that we have with the European Union, from the Republic you can just walk through and get into Northern Ireland, and then welcome, you are now in the United Kingdom. This is absolutely chaotic that even the National Crime Agency got involved, because they thought, well, this is actually about the national security. It's not just about the fairness of migration or refugee status. Organized crime, they say, organized immigration crime is a chronic threat, the scale and complexity of which evolves all the time. The NCA works to target and disrupt the highest harm of organized crime groups at every stage of their activity, in source countries, in transit countries, near the UK border, and those operating inside the UK itself. Now, of course, the NCA should come out and say this, but again, the Home Office and the Home Secretary and number 10 Downing Street and the future Prime Minister from tomorrow, Liz Truss, unless some weird stuff happens and Rishi Sunak becomes Prime Minister, where is the actual plan? Because at best what we've had is Liz Truss coming out to say, oh yes, we should probably leave the ECHR. Yeah, we should, sure. But that's not the only problem, is it? The United Nations Refugee Convention prevents you to even cooperate properly with the Albanian government or the Irish government. We have to not only leave the United Nations Refugee Convention, you leave to lead the way for all the other countries to also exit, so that they could actually form a new version, a reform version, on a more with respect to the sovereignty and democracy of each nation state. The whole thing is completely expired. The whole thing is it's a cabal of idiots who are trying to turn this world into their globalist utopia with no borders and no flags. And this is absolutely disgusting, the whole situation. But this channel, we will continue to fight against that system. That's what we have launched, our anti-globalist movement, Build Back Britain. And we can actually get your merchandise and t-shirts. The link is in the description. Get it, support the channel. We're going to come back in half an hour and we're going to tell you about certain type of politicians in this country who want to rewrite the history of the lockdown days. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi and we are the media.